What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Asus Ally gameplay video for you guys today. And today, we are going to check out some Hitman 3 on it. And it did a pretty good job on the Steam Deck, honestly. Obviously, we didn't have it maxed out, but it was like 55 to 60 FPS, at least on the little training missions I was doing. Obviously, there could be way harder to run missions later on that are way harder and have more people and this, that, and the other thing. But even with all that, I don't think it's going to drop too much under like maybe 50 if that was the case. But anyhow, I am now, oh, I didn't need to do anything. I thought the thing was going to shut the screen off on me there. But anyway, basic plan here is we're going to jump in at 1080p, see how it runs at that. And if it can just run at 1080p, we'll call it right there and just get some gameplay. But if it can't quite do 60 FPS at 1080p, we'll do the whole shebang and do 900p and 720p. So let's not waste any more time. And let's go get ourselves into the game. Alright, so here are the settings we're going to do for 1080p first, because spoiler alert, we're not going to get 60 FPS at 1080p, even with these settings. But I figured, why don't we at least try to make it look halfway decent, because that's what people are going to want to play on with 1080p, I would imagine. And then I was going to run a benchmark just to make sure everything ran, again, just to make sure. But then I decided against it, so let's just hop on into the game. Alright, well, now we're in the game here. And as you can see, we're not getting no 60. It's more of like a 30 to 40. And every once in a while, I'll hit 50 for the kind of staring at a wall or whatever. But it's mostly a 35 to 45 FPS experience from what I remember while I was playing. So, totally fine for like a small or a slow-paced game like this. But me, I still prefer 60 if I can, so.
As previous tests have established, you exhibit an unusual level of enhanced sensory perception. Use your instinct now to sense the position and movement of people around you and identify your target.
Alright, there's our target. Our target has been targeted.
That mechanic is in your way. Sneak up and subdue him quietly.
Very quietly. So quiet, I'm gonna hit this bowl.
You put on his clothes. That's a first. Might just work, though. People do tend to see uniforms, not faces. Be cautious, though. Some people are more observant than others. Not bad initially.
And that is all that one wrote. Have to pack another one up a little bit here.
Right. They won't find him anytime soon.
But I think I'll get done with the Ally recordings before I even bother with that. Oh, it's going to teach me how to save and load again, even. Well, can't say that this game's not thorough at teaching you what to do. It even shows you that. Because they're pretty much just like, hey, if you're going to try something, save real quick first. Because then, if it fails, you can just reload real quick and it's no big deal.
Hold on. That mechanic with his back
I mean, that's how I play games like this.
He's what we call an enforcer. He knows his crew and he'll see right through your disguise. So stay out of his line of sight.
Well, I'm already up here, so we're already out of his line of sight. And this time we won't go in the bathroom by accident and almost get spotted.
Intel suggests he's around the bar area. You're in. Well done, Initiate.
I can still hear that train from all the way over here, even at my new place, from my old house. But hey, at least here the whole house doesn't shake. We were like more than a mile away from that, and it still shook the whole house and ground when that thing went by. That's crazy. Well, trains are heavy as hell, so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. Ooh, good thing I came in here. That guy almost saw me. That wouldn't have been any good. Alright, they want me to throw items at this guy? Well, let's throw this hammer at him. That'll be fun.
Well, that's gonna leave a mark. Good thing we have insurance.
Exactly. Insurance for the win.
Okay. Unlike mechanics, the cabin crew is allowed upstairs access.
Let's get dump him in case somebody does come in here. That's just what you're supposed to do. You don't want to leave bodies lying around. Anyway, though, why don't we move along? All right. Let's get ourselves a little camera recorded gameplay here with 1080p.
You exhibit an unusual level of enhanced sensory.
And this one's like a 30 to 40 FPS experience, but it can touch on 60 every once in a while. I think that's just on this training mission area. It's pretty basic here. If we were in any normal place, I think we'd be only getting like 30 to 40 FPS right now. Disguise.
You put on his clothes. That's a first. Might just work though. People do tend to see uniforms, not faces. Be cautious though. Some people are more observant than others. Not bad, initiate.
Let's dump that guy in here again.
Right. They won't find him anytime soon.
Nope, not until we're done anyway. Alright, cool, I don't have to actually save.
This particular uniform should get you access through the staff entrance. Just act normal.
Will do.
Hold on. That mechanic with his back turned? He's what we call an enforcer. He knows his crew and he'll see right through your disguise. So stay out of his line of sight. Right. Now for the tricky part. Start by locating your target. Intel suggests he's around the bar area. You're in. Well done, Initiate. Well, that's gonna leave a mark. Good thing we have insurance.
Oops, that's not what I wanted. That's the disguise I wanted. I hit the wrong button. But there we go, we got it all taken care of though. Aha. Alright, he must be going up to his top floor now.
Okay. Unlike mechanics, the cabin crew is allowed upstairs access. I see what you're getting at. Very unorthodox. I like it.
I could have sworn there was another way up somewhere around here. There it is, I knew it.
Hello, sir.
The target's private deck. Now we're getting somewhere. Ah, but according to Intel, Ritter is another enforcer who picks his own cabin crew. So tread carefully.
Sorry, no yacht. What? Yeah, just the usual.
Better yet, let's go around.
I know.
I'll go all the way around thing. Because I know last time I went over there and like mixed a drink and that's what they want me to do. So if that's what they want me to do, instead of walking across everybody over there, I'd rather go this way. But I think that's enough recorded gameplay for 1080p anyway. So let's go ahead and move along. Now we will do 900p. So I tried to set the settings accordingly and go mostly a medium kind of settings for this. Figured it's medium between 1080p and 720, so why not go with medium-ish settings too? Just seemed sensible to me anyway, and I figured that'd be fun. And then low, we'll just pretty much put everything on low, because 720p will do low, because you're gonna care mostly about FPS in that case. Anyway, to the game. Well, alright. Let's go ahead and do 900p here.
You will need
Now, this is a lot closer to a 60 FPS experience, but there are still a couple times here and there where it drops down to like, I think 56 or 58 or something like that. Without a frame rate counter and this variable refresh rate display, I doubt anyone would really notice. And I doubt very many people play with the frame rate counter on. I mean, the only time I turn it on is when I think I might be getting close to it dropping under 20%. I like turn it on real quick just to make sure. But other than that, I leave it off and just enjoy the game.
As previous tests have established, you exhibit an unusual level of enhanced sensory perception. Use your instinct now to sense the position and movement
Oh yeah,
of
I'm gonna
people
use
around
all
you
my
and
instinct.
identify your target.
In this game, all of the instinct belongs to me. Still though, much more playable FPS now. This is with no FSR or anything else helping it out. This is native. Well, native 900p, not native. Native would be 1080p for this device, but...
That mechanic is in your way.
Alright, let's knock this guy out. Put him to sleep a little bit. You can go take yourself a little nap. I mean, sure beats cleaning up that oil spill anyway.
That's a first. Might just work though. People do tend to see uniforms, not faces.
Oops.
Be cautious.
Dragging him the wrong way.
Some people are more
This way.
observant than others. Not bad.
To the mock bathroom.
Right. They won't find him anytime soon.
Alright, can I just like... I guess I should have just tried backing out of that. I gotta start doing that here. I don't think you actually have to save every time there. I think it's just telling you, hey, save. It's smart to do in certain instances. Yep, we know. We've got the enforcers.
Hold on. That mechanic with his back turned? He's what we call an enforcer. He knows his crew and he'll see right through your disguise. So stay out of his line of sight. Right. Now for the tricky part. Start by locating your target. Intel suggests he's around the bar area. You're in. Well done, Initiate.
Alright, let's knock this guy out. That would hurt a lot. Point blank for a wrench of that size. Alright, let's drag him over here to this little cooler. And there we go. Alright, though. I think this seems like a pretty good time to move along, so let's do that. Well, now, let's do some 900p.
Use your instinct now to sense the position and movement of people around you and identify your target.
Yep, now this is a great medium in between the two. I'm glad they did 900p as an option. And then 720p is still good if all you care about is FPSs.
That mechanic is in your way. Sneak up and subdue him quietly.
You put on his clothes. That's a first. Might just work though. People do tend to see uniforms, not faces. Be cautious though. Some people are more observant than others. Not bad, Initiate.
Right. They won't find him anytime soon. This particular uniform should get you access through the staff entrance. Just act normal.
Hold on. That mechanic with his back turned? He's what we call...
Yeah, you gotta be leery of those guys, but luckily he's got his back turned, so it's all good.
So stay out of his line of sight. Right. Now for the tricky part. Start by locating your target. Intel suggests he's around the bar area. You're in. Well done, Initiate.
And there we go. Not gonna let you see me, man.
Okay. Unlike mechanics, cabin crew is allowed upstairs access.
Hey, what's up?
I see what you're getting at. Very unorthodox. I like it.
Good day to you, sir.
The target
And a good day to you.
Now we're getting somewhere. But according to intel, Ritter is another enforcer who picks his own cabin crew. So tread carefully.
Right this way. Back already?
The target will spot you if you get too close.
Buddy,
To eavesdrop on his conversations, try and find a way to blend in.
There we go. We'll just blend in a little bit here.
Well done, Initiate.
Don't exist.
not with that attitude, they don't.
But in any case, let's go ahead and move on. Now let's do a little 720p. And like I said before, while I was doing the 900p settings, we're just pretty much going to turn everything down to low. Not turning FSR on though. Don't think that's necessary. On the Ally and the Steam Deck, that generally makes everything look terrible when we're doing this blown up. But on the screens of the actual consoles, it never looks that bad. As long as you stick to FSR quality. Anything other than that usually looks pretty bad. Anyway, let's get into the game, and we'll go see how it runs. Now, here we go with 720p.
You will need to infiltrate
Which I
the
pretty
yacht,
much went all
isolate
FPS
and
in.
eliminate your target and
If you're going to
exfiltrate.
drop this thing all the way down to
All without
720p, you've
arousing
got to be
suspicion.
trying to get as many
And
FPS as you
remember,
can get. At least
as
that's
an
my
ICA
thought
agent,
process, so
you
that's why I
are the
decided to go
most
with the settings I
dangerous
went with.
person in any room. But blunt force will get you
And it
nowhere
may
in
not
this
look
business.
great blown up, but
And
it
a
really
true
didn't look that
assassin
bad on the
never
console
calls
itself.
attention to himself. Good luck, Initiate.
And I call it a console, but it's still a PC. But it's got all the benefits of, like, the whole controller being built in, so it's almost like a console.
As previous
With all the
tests have
benefits of being able to
established,
change your own
you
settings and
exhibit
stuff,
an
it's
unusual
nice.
level of enhanced sensory perception.
And then not having to
Use your
pay
instinct
double
now
dipping
to
for
sense the
online and
position
stuff. That's so
movement of
great.
people around you and
That's another
identify your
bonus about
target.
PC. Now, I get if, like, the Xbox and the PSN completely 100% no matter what negated all hacking all the time. Then I could see it being like, you know, a little bit of money a month. And if they gave you some other perks, sure. But if all it is, hey, give me money for internet. Oh shit, there's still hackers. Not as
Sneak
much
up
as on
and keep
PC,
moving
obviously, but
quietly.
there's still hackers running amok. Oh well, thanks for the money. Anyway, you know? Alright, we knocked that guy out
On his
again.
clothes. That's a first. Might just work though. People do tend to see uniforms, not faces. Be cautious though. Some people are more observant than others. Not bad, Initiate. Right. They won't find him anytime soon. This particular uniform should get you access through the staff entrance. Just act normal.
Alright, then we will act
Hold
normal.
on. That mechanic with his back turned, he's what we call an enforcer. He knows his crew and he'll see right through your disguise. So stay out of his line of sight. Right. Now for the tricky part.
Alright, well, we got past him yet again. Doesn't seem to be too big of a deal as long as you don't, like, purposely go try talking to him, it
You're in.
seems.
Well done,
But I'm
Initiate.
sure it won't be that easy for all. And this is just a training mission after all. They're purposely making it simple so they can train you. In case this is your first Hitman game and all. Which is kind of nice of them. A lot of these third instances are like, hey, you should already know what to do. Anyway, have fun. So, it's nice that they actually do this for people that are noobs. I remember a little bit, but I'm glad they have this because I wouldn't have known how to do everything. I wouldn't have remembered that. Oh wait, I need his outfit first. Don't just throw him in there first. That would not have been good. Then I would have had to figure out somebody else to knock out and steal their uniform. Oh, so you could poison stuff too, but I don't have any poison, so that's not going to be a viable option for me. Oh, there's that guy. He almost saw me. Whoops. That was almost bad. I'm just gonna go back in here. No, go away. Alright, he's already going upstairs.
Okay. Unlike mechanics, the cabin crew
In any
is allowed
case, though,
upstairs
why don't we
access.
go ahead
I see
and
what you're
move on?
getting.
Now we will finish up the camera record gameplay here with a little 720p.
And remember,
And we're running low
as
on
an
battery.
IC
Hopefully I've got
agent,
enough to
you
get like
are the
3
most
minutes and
dangerous
some change
person
here.
in any room.
We're at 24%, and if it gets under 20, it generally, I think it goes into like battery saver, and I think that might mess with your FPS a little bit. So we'll try to get as much as we can. We're probably going to have to go under 20 a little bit though. But it is what it
As
is.
previous tests have established, you exhibit an unusual level.
But anyway, here we're at 720p, and this is all about the FPS. And it really doesn't look that bad on the screen, considering everything's on low.
That mechanic is in your way. Sneak up and subdue him quietly.
Gotcha.
You put on his clothes. That's a first. Might just work, though.
People do tend to see uniforms, not faces. Be cautious, though. Some people are more observant than others. Not bad initiate. Right. They won't find him anytime soon.
Nope, they certainly won't.
This particular uniform should get you access through the staff entrance. Just act normal. Hold on. That mechanic with his back turned? He's what we call an enforcer.
An enforcer,
He
you
knows
say?
his crew and he'll see right through your disguise. So stay out of his line of sight. Right. Now for the tricky part. Start by locating your target. Intel suggests he's around the bar area. You're in. Well done, Initiate. Well, that's gonna leave a mark. Good thing we have insurance.
There we go.
Okay. Unlike mechanics, the cabin crew is allowed upstairs access. I see what you're getting at. Very unorthodox. I like it.
How you doing?
The target's private deck. Now we're getting somewhere. But according to Intel,
Well, alright.
there's another
We're down to
enforcer
18% battery, and we're at the 3-minute mark and a little change, so I think that's plenty of camera recorded gameplay. So let's go wrap this guy up so I can go charge him. I don't usually like when things get under 20%. But anyway, let's go wrap this up. Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for Hitman 3 on the Asus Ally, and it did a pretty dang good job. I mean, 1080p is usually only good for 30-40 FPS if you want highish to medium settings, which is probably what you want if you want crisp 1080p resolution. Then you've got your 900p where we just did everything basically medium. Good middle round of the two, I thought, so I figured I'd use that as like a good middle ground. And then with 720p, I figured all people care about is FPS. So I just toned everything down to low. And I think it did a pretty good job. So yeah, another game that the Ally can play quite well. This is nice now that it's getting more updates and whatnot. It's not so much of a pile of crap as it was when I first got it. I started to get pretty irritated at this. But then I told myself, hey, the same thing happened to you with a Steam Deck. So that's just what happens when you buy a first-gen product. You're the guinea pig. So don't get butthurt when things don't work perfectly. That's what I kept telling myself anyway. And it's the truth, really. But in any case, that's all I got for you guys for this particular video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.